This is a mic test. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to have this opportunity today, and I am so glad you're also part of this landmark event happening here. We're all gathered for a reason, you know, and I know, but I'd like to ring it again to tell you that it is the long-awaited launch into the Authors Club of none other than one of Nigeria's consumer protection advocates, a foremost one at that, a fiery activist, a woman who has put personal safety and protection aside and pursued the manufacturer, the seller, and the likes to ensure that you, the consumer, get value for your money. Please join me to honor the amazing and strong foremost advocates for the consumer, Sola Salako Ajulo. Today, launching the book, not just a book, but something I'll call a tool to help you get better value for your money. It is the launch, the virtual launch of the book, Protect Yourself, Niger Guide, your Niger Guide to Consumer Rights and Protection. Please, you have the opportunity to be part of this program. In the chat to ensure that we work together and we make this virtual launch as interesting as possible. Now, I want to let you know that if your name isn't appearing in your chat, ensure that you rename your entry in online in the Zoom link. And also know that this virtual launch is being streamed on YouTube, on Facebook. You can choose to follow whichever way you choose. And also, of course, on socials are there, the social media, you can make it a part of the event happening all over the world today by also hashtagging it, of course. I'm Jumoke Johnson, and I am very delighted to be here today. I want to tell you that today we are going to spend the next couple of hours celebrating the launch of this book. We'll have the opportunity to listen to a panel review of this book. It is going to help us, those of us who have not actually read this book, to have a hint of what it is. But I can tell you the feelers from some of the panelists is that this is something you would want to have and would want to tell people about. So once again, this is welcoming you to the launch of this wonderful, wonderful book. And I am delighted you're there. Now, don't forget that today is not just the launch of a book. It is also a salute to the great woman who has gone all out to ensure that consumer rights are protected. Once again, thank you for joining us. And I hear that a glass of wine, a glass of juice, a plate of cookies and small chops goes very well with virtuals. So you may want to get that and be part of this. Now, to get things going, I have the honor to let you know that so many people are joining us online, and so many have joined us already. We're still expecting many others. We have so many eminent personalities who are going to be part of today's event. Today, Mr. Babatunde Rukera, the chairman of this event, will be giving us a short remark. He has joined us already. I want to say thank you for joining us, sir. We are glad to have your presence. Also, the special guest of honor today is the man, Mr. Tunji Bello. He is going to deliver the speech of the special guest of honor. He, of course, is the Executive Vice Chairman and CEO, the Federal and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, Federal Consumer Competition Protection Commission. He will also be part of us. We have the honor of some very special guests to join us today as well. His Excellency Dr. Kayode Fayemi, the former governor of Ekiti State, will be part of us. Senator Tokunbo Afikuyomi would also be part of us. Her Excellency Erelubisi Fayemi, former First Lady of Ekiti State, Mr. Kenneth Giado, Afolabi Shelebo Esquire, and Madam Yvonne McCarthy. All special guests today to be part of this event. You are special as well, of course. We have a role or two to play, all of us here today, and we hope we're going to do this beautifully to celebrate this great woman, Sola Salako Ajulo, and of course, put into the hands of every man and woman out there this tool, the book, Protect Yourself, Your Niger Guide to Consumer Rights and Protection. Once again, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sitting. Thank you for taking out the time and ensuring we celebrate this milestone. Now, to get things started today, we have a man who is one I personally look forward to listening to every single time I have the opportunity to. He is one who has created platforms for great men and women to rise. He is going to lead us in prayer and spirit-filled words today. He is a servant of God and an inspirational leader. Please welcome with me the senior pastor, the Covenant Nation, and convener, the platform, Pastor Oju Oyemade.
Thank you very much for having me. I would like to lead us in a word of prayer. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for the life of your daughter. We thank you for the work that she has done. And we thank you for this launch. We ask in the name of Jesus that all things be done decently and order during this meeting, that the purpose for which this book was written be established upon the earth, and that lives be changed and transformed by it. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless you.
Amen.
Pastor Koju Oyemade, for those remarks. I tell you, today is not for long speeches. Today is a celebration. Yes, it's the launch of this book, Protect Yourself, Your Niger Guide to Consumer Rights and Protection. Then again, it is a celebration. Now, there's something else. It is not just the launch of this book by Salako Ajulo. If you must know, we are all family and friends. Some of us admire us here today, but the majority of us know that today is a birthday. So it's a double celebration. And I tell you, it's going to be an interesting time. I personally look forward to the panel review, the panelists' book review, and I also want to listen to the words from family, from friends about this great woman. And added to that is the launching of this book, the money rolling in and things getting started. I'd love to see all of that, and I bet you want to see that too. Now, I'm going to yield the ground for the reason we are here today. This is a woman who has, over the years, for decades, taken on the responsibility of ensuring that for everything you buy in the market, there must be accountability and there must be somebody guaranteeing that you get value for your money. Yes, it has not been an easy journey, I must tell you. This is Nigeria, where when you want to go after somebody to ensure they deliver, it is a battle a lot of the time. So please join me to welcome, to speak about the inspiration for this book and the plans for the future, what she intends for this book to achieve. I have the honor to bring to you Salako Ajulo, the author and honorable member representing the Southwest, of course, at the Competition and Consumer Protection Tribunal, CCPT, one of the pioneer voices fighting for consumer protection in Nigeria, a former board member of LASCOPA, and of course, former member of the Lagos State Law Reform Commission. She is the founder of Consumer Advocacy Foundation of Nigeria, CAFN. And of course, she is none other than Consumer Mama. I give you Salako Ajulo.
Thank you very much, Jumoke, and thank you for everyone who has joined us. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, from wherever you are all over the world. I want to say thank you so much for finding time to join us at this very auspicious occasion. Yes, as Jumoke says, it's my birthday, and it is the launch of my very first book. I've been a consumer advocate for over 20 years, and this is the very first time that I've been able to pen something down out of all of the experiences that we've had to also support the work that we do. Because I know that we don't have too much time, I've deliberately scripted myself, because if I talk ad lib, I might take more time than is necessary, and we want to stick to time here. I want to thank every one of you for joining me today as we launch Protect Yourself, Your Niger Guide to Consumer Rights and Protection. I am genuinely excited to share this journey with everyone, especially because, like I said, today is my birthday, it's my 58th birthday. I think I deserve a round of applause, maybe in the, where I have some of my friends in here. So if you hear any sound from here, just know that they are being excited, you know. So thank you very much for celebrating me. So over 2 decades now, like I said, in 2002, I set out to ignite a movement around consumer rights and protection in Nigeria. Back then, the concept of consumer advocacy was relatively new. Nigeria was coming out of military rule, and the government was divesting from commercial businesses and utilities through privatization without any checks in place to protect consumers. So I was like a lone voice back in 2002, screaming about the challenges that consumers were going through and challenging the status quo. And I was insisting then that Nigerians deserve better in terms of service delivery from both government and business corporations that seemed to prioritize profits over people. That's ages away. I mean, it's 2 decades away, because for many of the people who may be on this line, it may be difficult to imagine such a time in Nigeria, but it did exist. Because thanks to social media, the power of social media, we have seen an incredible shift in consumer awareness. Today, consumers have a voice, amplified and democratized by social media, allowing us to share our experiences, our grievances, and successes across platforms and even borders. So it's been an inspiring thing to witness where we started from and where we are now in terms of consumer awareness. But while consumer awareness has increased, there are still critical gaps in consumer enlightenment and empowerment. Many people know they have rights, but they don't fully understand what those rights are and how to enforce them if they are violated. That is exactly what Protect Yourself, the book, aims to address. This book is deliberately simple, a foundational guide that breaks down the principles of consumer protection into relatable, everyday language. It is not an exhaustive legal manual, but an accessible introduction focused on rights established under the Nigerian law, especially the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Act of 2018. My hope is that this book will become a tool for individuals to understand and exercise their rights confidently. Initially, I planned to sell this book, but when we considered the economic challenges affecting so many of us, I kept coming back to one thought. What if price becomes a barrier to those who need this information the most? That kept nagging at my heart. And after much thought, I have decided to give this book out free of charge to consumers who are willing to arrange to pick it up or have it delivered to them. My goal is to make sure that this knowledge is accessible to as many Nigerians as possible, helping them to become more informed and confident in every market interaction, because it would also help us to be able to grow a critical mass of enlightened consumers, which is what we need to be able to have better enforcement and a fairer marketplace. So today, I am officially launching Protect Yourself as a free tool with an ambitious goal to give out 50,000 free copies by March 2025, beginning with 10,000 copies by December 31, 2024. Each copy costs about 5,000 naira to produce. And thanks to the generosity of quite a few of our early supporters, we already have 1,500 copies of this book paid for. So I have 1,500 copies of this book I can give free today, thanks to some of our, just two of our supporters made that happen even before the book has been launched. So I want to say thank you to them, and I'm hoping that the rest of us who are on this line today will help us to reach our target of 10,000 copies before 31st of December. That will be available for free for any Nigerian who desires it to be able to empower themselves. We will need more support to meet our target. And that's why I ask everyone who is on this call and who is going to join, and every Nigerian who's going to be a part of this, to please help us by making a donation to pay for the production of as many of these books as you can. You can make that my birthday present. So if you are planning to give me a birthday present today, make it the books. Just pay for as many of the books as you can, so that I would have more to give out to Nigerians who may want it. Every contribution will help us to place Protect Yourself in the hands of for more Nigerians and empower them to make informed and protected choices. I'm very optimistic that we would hit that target. I don't think it is out of our reach. I will not end this talk if I don't mention the fact that this journey would not have been possible without the support of so many people I cannot count. There are so many people who helped me along this journey, who believed in me and supported me and trusted me that I would look out for them, there are so many people who provided platforms for me that enabled me to be able to make an impact. And I will mention just two of these people. Everybody who helped me, I really appreciate you. But I cannot but mention my brother and friend, Mr. Kunle Hamilton, who was the one who ignited this fire, because he gave me a column in This Day Literati back in 2002 and allowed me to confront corporate organizations and even government, and sometimes was at the risk of his own job. But he stood with me, he was my editor, and I want to thank you. What you boldly enabled has grown into leaps and bounds, and this book and many more that I already have in the works will be a testimony to what your boldness has achieved. I also want to thank my Egbon, Uncle Lekan Ogubanwo, the former permanent secretary of Lagos Television, who offered me multiple platforms to raise awareness about consumer rights in Lagos State. One of those platforms was the Lagos Consumer Forum, which we used to have 2 hours live on Lagos Television to deal with consumer issues in different areas: banking, aviation, electricity, and it really helped at that time to give Nigerians succor in being able to get their rights. So I want to thank Okulekon. Thank you so much for what you did to help me. I also want to thank all my media friends. Many of them are on this call right now. Many will be joining soon. That helped me, especially the Brand Journalists Association of Nigeria, Bijan. They picked up the mantle and helped to create consumer pages on practically every newspaper at that time. At that time that we're talking about, Nigeria didn't have social media. So the only means of communication was probably radio, TV, and newspaper. So I want to thank them. To my family and my friends, I say thank you, and all the millions of consumers who have trusted me over the years that I would represent them. I thank you. And I also want to thank the Lord God Almighty, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, who has kept me alive to see another birthday against every odd. I just want to say thank you. And he has enabled me to be a voice to speak for people who have not been able to speak for themselves for so many years. I thank everybody who is here on this call. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your kind support. And I hope that together we can make consumer protection a reality for every Nigerian. Thank you so much. On that note, I would hand over to Jumoke. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Beautiful. There is no better way to contribute to society. Imagine a society where you go to the market, you pay for a service, you pay for a product, you take it home, and it is exactly what you paid for. And that is the kind of world, a country, a community that Salako is advocating for. And then this book is going to be put in the hands of thousands of readers for free. Well, one thing I've resolved to do is I get mine, I go to the market, it's in my bag, I draw it out when I'm paying for something, and I'm sure to tell whoever is selling, you better give me and come correct. Now, that was a beautiful speech. We're going to listen to a few others, very short, straight to the point, but all get to celebrate this amazing woman and launch this book today. Next on our lineup today is the chairman of this event, who is going to be giving his remarks after now. He is Mr. Babatunde Irukera, and he is the Executive Vice Chair, former Executive Vice Chair, and the CEO, the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. Please join me to welcome him.
Good afternoon, everybody, and Your Excellency, Pastor Oyemade, and most of all, the celebrant and author of today. Happy birthday to you. What a day to celebrate you for the milestone in your life and for your incredible contribution to the consumer and citizens protection landscape in Nigeria. I don't have much to say other than the fact that You've traveled on a road that's relatively wide, but few travelers. The road is wide because there are lots of people on that road, but mostly the consumers. But the people who travel on that road for protecting people are very few and far between. You've demonstrated a sustained interest and keen tenacity in a very difficult space and a very challenging landscape, which is Nigeria, as you have said. Some of the greatest milestones or the greatest accomplishments in the consumer protection space over the 2 decades, as you rightly identified in your time in the space, have been in significant part because of your contribution, whether criticism or collaboration or support. You've catalyzed a lot, and you should be proud of what you've accomplished. And you should certainly take pride in how far Nigeria has come in protecting consumers. I dare say, like you always agree, that there's still a very, very long road ahead. But like we say as Christians, not to despise the days of small beginnings, there's been quite some road that has been traveled this far, and you've been one of the heavy lifters. I admire your work. I find it quite inspirational and exemplary, and quite a challenge to many of us in this space also. And so I'll spend the next just 2 minutes speaking about the work you've done. It's a very interesting treatise. I have read the book, all of it, but I want to say about 12 pages. I was trying to make sure I could finish it before chairing this event, but sadly I wasn't able to. And what I find about the book is that it's quite an interesting dynamic, in the sense that the book is actually, even though the author says that it's not a treatise about the law, but the book is actually, for the most part, about the law. And the book encapsulates what the law is in a very simple and self-enforceable manner, including scenarios that simplify what are otherwise very technical legal concepts. I think it's a very good read, both as just a general educational or informative material, and also as a reference material for when circumstances or situations requiring rights enforcement occur. Now, I haven't spoken about something that really is like a reference, like a manual that helps you with respect to what the law says. One would imagine that a manual that speaks to law would provide information and mostly guide you on how the real enforcers, and typically the institutions created by law to enforce those rights, operate. But what is interesting is that the title of the book, which is Protect Yourself, essentially is about how you can use the law to enforce your own rights. So I thought that was a very deep and profound, interesting dynamic, combining what the work of law enforcement or regulatory enforcement is with self-enforcement. It's a very important educational tool that just allows citizens, not just consumers, to just know about their rights, know about your rights, know what obligations are owed to you. And even though it's a very educational treatise, it's also a manual for how you can demand those rights, insist on it, and ensure that they are enforced, first at an individual level, at a collective level, and then at an escalated level if you have to take it on up with regulators or legal process. It's very unusual to find a book that provides all of this, especially strengthening and empowering people about what their rights are, and at the same time, providing them a manual on some kind of DIY, how you can do it yourself to enforce your rights. So I think it's a very important read, and I think it's extremely noble that the author has committed to making this book available to a large population gratis. The work of consumer protection is hardly the place you go to make money. but it's something else when you spend your own money for the purpose of empowering people. I congratulate the author again on her birthday. I congratulate her on this work that she's done. And I think it wouldn't be out of place if I say on behalf of myself and standing on the platform and gap with the respectful permission of the current executive vice chairman of the FCCPC, say that on behalf of Nigerian consumers, we also thank you very much. Thank you and congratulations.
Yes, the chairman's remarks there, the former executive vice chair and CEO of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC. You can clap, you know. This is just a virtual launch. You can do anything you would have done if you were here physically. You do have to do that in your chat box, clap, applaud, laugh, give a high five, give 100%, do anything you wish to do in the chat box. Now, don't forget, you also need to rename your presence on the Zoom. This is for easy identification. If your name is not showing on the Zoom, please rename your name, rename yourself on the Zoom, and let us identify you, let us recognize you, let us see you. Right now, we have about 150 participants attending this virtual launch, and we're expecting much more. And of course, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time for all of us. Now, don't forget, you can do anything in the chat. Engage us, ask questions, let us know how you're feeling. What's the weather like? Are you listening to us properly? Can you hear us clearly? Can you see us well? We want to know all of that as we go on with this event. Here on the side of the party, of the launch, I must say, it is an interesting time. And I know that we want to make it as interesting for you over there. We want you to feel all that you're feeling here. With us being the lucky one, having the woman we're celebrating right here with us. Of course, she's there with you too in spirit. You can see her. You listened to her earlier. You listened to the chairman of this event. And I tell you, every single word is true. This is a landmark event. It is a great tool to use. And I hope you will tap into all that is happening today. And of course, our chat, we have a couple of coming in. Great speech by the former EVC, and that's from Akonte Ekine, a convener of Consumer Value Awards. We have Yetunde Additional saying, great gesture, giving out the books for free. Well done. I agree absolutely. It is not easy in this economy to print books, to give them out for free. Oh, right. But that is the spirit and the woman that Salako Ajulo is, getting you to enjoy premium services and products. That is the aim. Well, Temida is saying, Aderun Kelowala is saying, hearty congratulations on your birthday. Yes, it's a birthday here. We are celebrating. We have a couple of cakes in the house. We can't wait. Double congratulations, a big congratulations to you. My happy birthday to you. That's from Temidayo. And the flag to everyone is saying, awesome piece of work. Congratulations to Madam Sola. Oh, big congratulations to you, Sola, for this wonderful work. I celebrate you today, as always. You can drop your chats there too. Let's hear you. Let's listen to you. Let's know how you're feeling. Let's know if you can see us. Congratulations, Esther say. We are super proud of you. Margaret Fagboyo is saying that. We see you all. We thank you all for joining. Many more people will be joining us. We have about 123 people attending right now. I mean, it's a Sunday, family time and all of that. And then today we're launching a book. Yes. And we have this many people joining us on this launch. That is the love people have for SSA. Now, Consumer Mama is still in the house. We still have so many other things to go today. We have the panelist book review. You don't want to miss that one. These are people who will sit down, talk to you about what that book has, what it is it has for you to empower you as a consumer. Now, the good thing about being a consumer is every single person is a consumer. You are being a consumer right now. You're using one service or the other, and you're hoping for the best, right? This is the book that empowers you to get the best. Now, we move on to bring you a special charge by Dr. Okpe Banwo. And today he is going to give this special charge as a techpreneur and a digital skills coach. Please join me to welcome the talented Dr. Okpe Banwo. Dr. Okpe, I would like you to unmute your microphone for us to hear you. Thank you. While we're waiting for Dr. Okpe Banwo to come on board and deliver a special charge to us at this book launch, Komiola is saying, congratulations on this achievement and birthday. I wish you many more years of impactful life. My warm wishes. Congratulations and happy birthday, Shola Salako. Lola F is saying, Lanre Teller to everyone is also saying, congratulations and happy birthday. Dr. Okpe Banwo, we have you and we'd like you to unmute your microphone and for us to listen to you, to hear you. Now, do not forget that there are still so many things to hear, to listen to, so many people to join us, to speak about this book, and of course, the author. We have special guests to join us later. Our panelists will be joining us for the book review. Goodwill messages will be dropping in after that, and so many other activities going forward. And so far, 125 people are attending this book launch. Give a wave, give a shout out, use your chat box one way or the other. The emojis are for you. Use as many as you can. You're not going to pay for it. So let's feel you, let's hear you, let's see you in the chat as we go on. I'm seeing Ebonlu Alkusaya delivering a message, dropping one there, saying, hearty congratulations there, Shola. I wish you a happy birthday. Olaliko Fadilapo is also saying congratulations and happy birthday. Well, it is a birthday, it is a book launch, it's double celebration, and I am happy to be part of all of it. While we are waiting for Dr. Okpe Banwo to come on, we'll have the honor of listening to our special guest deliver short remarks and messages for the author at this book launch. And we have His Excellency, Her Excellency, Erelu Bisi Fayemi, former First Lady, Ekiti State, to deliver a special message for this event.
Good afternoon, or should I say good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to be here to celebrate a wonderful woman, a dear sister and friend, Mrs. Sola Salako Ajulo. My dear sister Sola, first of all, congratulations. I am so proud of you and all that you have accomplished. And I'm really happy to see that one of the things you have wanted to do for a long time has come to fruition. We do consumer advocacy almost every day, but most times the things that we try to complain about or the rights that we demand are to see that there are those who have made it their life's work, such as yourself, to insist that consumers have rights, consumers have a voice, and they have demands that need to be met, and there has to be accountability. So thank you very much, my dear sister Sola, for putting all your years of experience and significant expertise in this field into this publication. And I'm happy to hear that you plan for my support to do that, and I'll make sure that other people get to know as well so that this initiative can be supported. Once again, well done, my dear sister. I'm very proud of you. And I hope that everyone who uses this book or who talks about the book or uses it to initiate conversations amongst different groups will also remember that there's a gender dimension to consumer advocacy as well. Because as women, we are the ones who are more likely to be ignored, dismissed, or patronized when we want to raise our voices against bad service or against a product that we feel is inadequate. So I hope that we take that into consideration so that women can continue to use their voices and we can all together ensure we live in a society that affords us all the consumer protection that we deserve. So happy birthday, dear sister, and congratulations to you once again.
Excellency Erelu Bisi Fayemi, former First Lady Ekiti State and a mentor to the author today, for that beautiful message to this event, to this book launch. And up next is another special guest today to deliver a message to the author. This is Mr. Kenneth Giado. Thank you, Mr. Giado. Please, could you kindly unmute your microphone so we can hear you? Mr. Giado, please, can you unmute your microphone? We can't hear you yet, but we are waiting. We're waiting for you. We have more chats in our chat room. So many people are engaging. Many people are coming on. Attendance is going up. And Haji Abisola is in the chat room saying, happy birthday, Shola, and congratulations on your book launch. More grease to your elbow. Yes, more ink for your pen. A very happy birthday to you, Sis Shola. Congratulations on the launch of your book. Wishing you many more years of success and impact. Love from Liz, that is Elizabeth Iya Akonte Ekine. Yes, ma, former First Lady of Ekiti State. I like the dimension of gender you mentioned. It is very significant. And now, while we proceed, we have Dr. Okpe Banwo joining us now to deliver a special charge to the House. Dr. Okpe Banwo is a special techpreneur, an attorney, and a life coach. He joins us now. You're welcome, Dr. Okpe Banwo. Thank you for joining us.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate the opportunity to speak, but I've only got 5 minutes, so I'm just going to scan. And what I needed to do, I can't do it in 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do, instead of just celebrate my friend, instead of speaking, appreciate her for the great stuff that she's done, and I'm extremely proud of her. And I have a special gift. Of course, as one of our very close friends, I've been one of the first to support the project with 1,000 books already paid for. So the chairman should up that. You can't go below that. I already did that. But that's not what I'm here to do. I just want to celebrate my friend today because I've got 5 minutes and I promised her I'm not going to exceed whatever time she gives me. So I'm just going to give her a birthday present, not the books. The books is for the public because I felt that the more we can get out there, even the 100,000 copies is not even enough. So, but this is to celebrate my friend for over 30 years of work that she has been doing in the industry. Sometimes we don't get to appreciate our own. And when I spoke to her yesterday, it occurred to me that what am I doing to really celebrate my friend here? I wish I had thought about it earlier, but it occurred to me yesterday. Then I got some of our students in the Fish for Life program. I quickly wrote her a song I think I'm getting to be a great songwriter now. And then I told them I want that video ready before she starts today. And 4 of them delivered, and I'm very proud of them. They did it in about 10 hours total. And I picked the first one that I think is really very nice among them as my special present to Sola Salako, and for our anthem. Anytime she rolls into an event, this is a video. Sola, enjoy. I'm extremely proud of you. There we go. It's 3.5 minutes, so I still got that left. Go. Sorry, excuse me, I need to share the audio. 1 second, 1 second. Can you guys hear the audio? I'm supposed to share the audio, but I don't think they gave me the opportunity here. Can you hear it? Can you hear
No, we
me?
can.
We can't.
I hear it, but we're seeing the audio, we're seeing the video.
Yeah, you need to, there's a place there where you share the audio of the song. But I can't see that because it's a webinar style. It has to be by the chief host or whatever. You need to share the, this is sad. Okay, I see record now. I names here. I don't have the full authority here. So I can't share the sound of my system, which is what I need to share for you to see this. So,
You have
hold on.
access now, Dr. Banwo. You have
Sorry?
access. You have access now. You can share the audio to the video. But we can't hear you yet. We can't hear it yet.
Yeah, I know you won't hear it until I share it, and I'm looking for where to share it. I'm not used to okay, let me see if this will work. Share. Can you hear this one? Can you hear
Yes, we
that?
can hear now. Yes.
Yes, we can hear it now.
Okay, good. Let's do that. Again, congrats, Shola.
I think there's a problem with the audio. We've lost the audio again.
Come on now, go, girl. Thank you. Congratulations, baby. Appreciate you for the great work that you have done. God bless you. And I'm done. 5 minutes. Okay.
Banwo. He is a digital skills coach, so you know what all of that was about. He is the digital skills coach and a techpreneur. He is an attorney. He is a great, great friend of the author, and that beautiful video embodies all that Sola Salako says, all that Sola Salako embodies. Thank you, Dr. Okwebanwo. Your presence today has been so beautiful, and your time with us. Now, shortly, we'll be bringing you more special guests to talk to us about the author and this beautiful book been launched today. We want Mr. Kenneth Giado, Honorable Member, North Central CCPT, to please get ready for his special delivery, and also Afolabi Shilebo Esquire, the General Manager of La Scopa, to also please be on standby. We are taking more chat from our chat room, and we're hoping more people will continue to engage us there. High five, your clap is going to make this event more beautiful, and of course your message. Tamuno Kombia is saying happy birthday and congratulations for the launch of your book, among many to come. The Consumer Protection family celebrates and rejoices with you. From Tamuno Kombia, immediate past Director Legal Services, FCCPC. Congratulations, Mrs. Sola Ajulo, on your birthday anniversary. It's indeed a beautiful time. It's indeed charitable that you're providing your first published book for free to the public. I wish you many happy returns on your birthday. Cheers from Engineer Lumide Ajayi, and congratulations, Ma. Taiwo Adeji is saying, Christiana Nzeako, happy birthday, Madam Salako. Ajulo Adekunle saying, congratulations. And congratulations, dear Ma, coming from I Am Blessed. And next, one of our special guests is ready to come and to say a few words. Please welcome with me, Afolabi Shilebo Esquire, General Manager, La Scopa.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Yes, may I be permitted to stand on the already established protocol? Yeah, it gives me immense pleasure and honor to be invited to this gathering to celebrate this, the woman I call Beauty and Brain. This individual, Mrs. Sola Salako Ajulo, on her birthday, and also the book launch of your Niger Guide, which is regards to consumer rights protection. Protect yourself. Yeah, I got to know Sola Salako through a common friend, Bayo Ayo, but we didn't come into close contact until when I was appointed the general manager of the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency. That was around 2020. And she was a member of the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency board. And this coincidental lady was the only board member that actually visited me personally, and when she came to my office to congratulate me and gave a lot of tips on how we could achieve a lot together by protecting consumers in Lagos State. And sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate that, because it takes a lot for a woman to just be fearless, brave, and focused. And every time she's always ready to face whoever that breaches consumers' rights, and be it on goods purchased and service provided. And sincerely, I appreciate you, Mrs. Sola Salako, and I believe that this book will go a long way to really help consumers to know, not only know their rights, but also to know where to seek redress wherever their rights have been infringed upon. Another thing is that I can say she made me even more popular. And I remember some cases like the popular supermarket in GRA Ikeja, where anybody online complain about anything, say no, contact Las Cooper. Sholebo will sort it out. And when I actually went to that supermarket on a Sunday, and lo and behold, we were able to retrieve some expired products there, and it went viral. This, I think I can speak on the book. I've read the book, and I know that this book, as a guide written by this foremost consumer rights advocate, Mama Consumer, is a tool for every Nigerian product and service consumer to hold on to. It's like a Bible of consumer rights. It is one of these for consumer to know. It is one thing for consumer to know their rights, and another to fight back and seek redress when such rights has been infringed upon by manufacturers of products or service providers. Also, going through the books, you see it is also necessary not only for consumers to know their rights, they should also know their responsibilities, which is not limited to consumers' personal decision when they want to buy products, and also for consumers to be careful, for consumers to be watchful, for them to voice out wherever their rights have been infringed upon, for consumers to be enlightened, at least by having a consumer education, and also take action. I will not want to take more time, but I will respectfully conclude by praying for this woman, Mama Consumer. I pray that the dews of heaven continue to water your fields. May God grant all thy heart desires according to his will. And I want to say a big congratulations on the book launch, and happy birthday to you. God bless you. God bless everyone. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Afolabi Shilebo Esquire, the General Manager of Las Copa, for those beautiful words acknowledging the great work that SSA has done over the years. We continue this event, and we want to let you all watching us live on YouTube to know we see you. Thank you very much for your presence. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being part of this landmark event. And we have so many charts here. Happy birthday and happy returns to you, Sola, Salako, Ajulo. Congratulations also to you on the launch of your book. May God continue to shower you with manifold blessings in Jesus' name. And that is from Obiaruko Ume. Augustina is saying, congratulations, essay. Double blessings always. Our best in everything. Olubumi Ajewale is saying to us, happy birthday, ma'am. May God bless your new age and make the new year beautiful for you, ma'am. Komi Olatoye, we wave, we say thank you, we see you. Great words from Afolabi, Akonte Ekene, convener CVA saying, and so many more people chatting, waving, saying hello. Now don't forget, this has been streamed live on Facebook as well as YouTube. And of course, don't forget, so much more is being seen here as you join us. And the live stream on YouTube is saying, Fumi Adewala is saying, congratulations, sis, more grace. Modupe is saying, congratulations. Ajayi Samuel is saying, big congratulations, ma'am, on this big milestone. Super proud, ma'am, and happy birthday to you. Nkem Eke is saying, happy birthday, mama. Oluwayemi Adekunle says, congratulations on your book launch. And Tunji Adikoya, congratulations, SSA. God bless you. We say thank you to you all. This, we know, is a lot. You being here with us, getting on despite network issues, this or that. We see you. We say thank you very much. And we also hope you continue to hold on as we believe that the network will get better, because we don't want you to miss more chats are coming in. Happy birthday to you, ma'am. Congratulations on your book launch and looking forward to reading it. Yes, we are working on all your concerns. If you can't hear us, if you can't see us, we're working on it. And we know that shortly all will fall in place. Happy birthday, Consumer Mama. Congratulations again, Ma, on your book launch. Kayode Akiyemi saying the network is very bad. It's been on and off. Don't worry about that. We are working on it. You're going to see us clearly as we go along. We're working on everything to ensure you hear us. Now, to one of the major events today on this book launch. I have the honor to hand over to the moderator of the book launch panel session. The moderator today for the book panel review is Elizabeth Adu, and our panelists today are Bumi Bankole, Akimade Afikuyomi, and Titilayo Obileye. Please stay tuned and listen to the book review. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jumoke. I really appreciate that. Good evening, everyone. Permit me to stand on existing protocol. My name is Elizabeth Abdul, as Jumoke just mentioned, and I'm going to be the moderator for the book review session. And this is going to be a little bit different from the norm. The book review session is going to be different from what we are all used to. We're not just going to pick a segment of the book and then talk about it, but I am going to be having a panel of very intelligent, very vast personalities who have read the book, and they're going to tell us their takeaways from the book. And permit me to welcome Bumi Bankole. She's an engineer, she's a mother, a CEO, and of course, a Nigerian consumer. Please show her virtual love, give her virtual claps. Bumi Bankole, thank you for being part of this panel. And also I have the only man in the midst of my discussion. I'm talking in person of Akimade Afikuyomi. Is a lawyer and then is also very vast. Thank you, Akimade, for being part of this discussion. And then lastly, I have Titi Obileye, a communication strategist all the way from Ekiti State. Please show us some love. Thank you, Titi, for being part of this discussion. Without further ado, I want us to quickly jump into the reason why we are here, which is to review the book. What is this book all about? My panelists, they've all gone through the book, they've all read the book. So I'm going to start asking them one after the other. And I'd like to start with the engineer in the house. She's a mother, like I said, she's the CEO, and she's also a farmer. I don't remember mentioning that part. She's a farmer. So please, you've gone through the book. What exactly did you see? What is that thing that jumped at you, that just gave you this Bob kind of feeling that, oh, wow, I never knew I have this right as a consumer? I'm talking of Bumi Bankole. Can you please just Let us in.
Good afternoon, Elizabeth. Thank you, everybody. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for being here with us to celebrate Sola Ajulo. From Shola's book, the Nigerian consumer has experienced poor services by ISPs, financial institutions, and electricity distribution companies. We have paid for goods in supermarkets at a price in variance to what was displayed on the shelves. We have been scammed by online vendors, and in general, the Nigerian consumer has experienced exploitation in various degrees. First of all, I would like to celebrate Sola again. Today is a special day, and we're grateful to have her as a graduate of University of Lagos, great Akokites. The book in view, which I would personally refer to as the Nigerian Consumer's Book of Knowledge, addresses the various challenges experienced by Nigerian consumer in particular. It has been written in an easy-to-read style and structured in a way to make it attractive to the reader. It starts with the explanations of laws to protect the consumer. These rights are contained in the FCC Act 2018. This book has made it's more glaring to everyone how difficult it has become to earn additional naira as the days go by. This book has come at a good time to make the Nigerian population aware of their rights as consumers and through information know the steps to take to seek redress. Mrs. Ajulo, a graduate of University of Lagos with various certificates on consumer protection, law and policy from various organizations, and also a certified mediator and arbitrator, is best qualified to author this book. She has been able to bring awareness of the reader to various key points, which I see as strengths of the book. These points, which is not exclusive, which is much more than this, is the role and function of the FCCPC, including the Act 2018, the existence of the Competition and Consumer Protection Tribunal, the advantage of credit cards uses over debit cards, practical examples on how to seek redress, future trends in aviation, the much needed tips and advice for smooth travel experience, energy efficiency, and circular economy. All in all, Mrs. Ajulo has shown her never-ending passion of being an advocate, protecting the Nigerian consumer. Congratulations, Sola. We're proud of you.
Wow, that is in-depth. That is phenomenal. Thank you so much, Bumi Bankole, for that very rich, in-depth review of the book. Okay, I'm just going to ask you to hold on a bit while I quickly run over to the barrister in our midst. I'm talking of none other than Akimade Afikuyomi. Okay, because you sent in your takeaways, and one of your takeaways, you said you talked about display of prices on goods and services. Can you be more explicit on that? Can you just run us through what you meant by that display and how Nigerian consumers can actually ask for that, exercise their rights in that aspect?
Yes, I had a great time reading this book, and one of the things that really stood out to me was the things in the book that are going to apply to you in your everyday moving around. So when you go to a supermarket or a store, it's compulsory by law that all goods have their prices displayed. And this is important because now in Nigeria, you can go to many supermarkets and stores, you don't see the price of an item, you don't know how much it is. So it means that you don't know if you are paying the same price for a product as somebody else who walks in through the door. Things like this are quite damaging for the consumer, and the book is very good in just telling you that when these things happen, you as a consumer, you have an obligation to make it known, first of all, to the supermarket that your price on your product is not there, and then if they don't take it seriously, you can start to escalate it before you eventually end up either going to the FCPC or the tribunal. And then part of that as well is that labeling is also required. This means that products should have, they should have displayed on them the ingredients, the components of the products, and things like that. Sometimes when you buy foreign goods from supermarkets, they don't even bother to translate that information. So as a consumer, you buy an item that is a foreign item, and you might not even know what's inside the item. And even also when you buy certain goods, I've noticed that the sugar contents might not be there. And as a consumer, again, you have an obligation to go to the supermarket and say, why is the sugar content of this good not displayed on the product? So it's damaging as well, because it has real life effects. Nigerians might not know the amount of sugar in the products that they're eating. So, it was very interesting to me that it's something that seems everybody might know, but also I didn't really know that it was compulsory by law, because so how many markets do we go to, or supermarkets, that they just don't display the prices of goods? So yes, that was one of the things that really stood out to me in the book.
Thank you so much, Akimade. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Talking about price display, which is very important, and also some other information about products that is equally important. I want to believe that as consumers, just as we are listening to my panelists talk about it, I want to believe that in future we'll be able to demand our rights and say, oh, I need you to display the prices of these goods and services, especially those who are into online businesses. Most times they just advertise stuff, and then at the end of the day, their prices are not there. They'll ask you DM for price. So now I'm sure we know that it's our right as consumers to demand that they display the prices. Okay, I will quickly run over to Titi Obileye. Titi, you talked about some of the things some of your takeaway. One of it was how to seek redress, how consumers can seek redress, how they can get justice. Please, can you quickly run us through it, and then how can an ordinary consumer, everyday consumer, apply this?
Okay, thank you very much. I am really honored to be here as a protege to Mrs. Sola, Salako, Ajulo. I used to work closely with her, and I'm happy to be here. Happy birthday, Ma. I wish you the very best, long life and prosperity. We miss you so much in Ekiti State Government. The true challenges with the act is not just the act, like having the act. Most likely is the enforcement. When you have a building, the beauty is not in the construction, is in the maintenance, and how we can maintain these laws is what the beauty of this book gives to us, like attaining and understanding, because these acts are just acts. Most people do not go to check the books, to run through them to understand what is in the book. But having a book like this come out and help us address it and even simplify the laws. The enforcement of these laws, for me, is the most important part. We all live in Nigeria, we understand these things. No matter how you say these things are wrong, you don't do this, even our common sense, our morals would kick against us selling bad products, for example, like one of the panelists said. It doesn't mean that you will not still find it there. We have supervisors who would not do their job. Enforcing these laws, very important, very important. And that's my major pointer, enforcement. A consumer can enforce any rights under the FCCPA Act 2018. And that's by, I think the most important part is documentation. When we document these things, we have screenshots, emails, whatever has it's related to the what's it called? Whatever is related to the transaction in question. First of all, document and make sure that you have enough evidence to prove that whatever your rights have been infringed, and you want to take up a legal action on it. First thing is to meet the supplier, your supplier, or the wherever you're buying from. You have to talk to them, ask them questions. Probably that would help them see what you're saying, because sometimes you just go there and they think you just want to fight them. First thing is to ask them questions. Why is this like this? Why is that like that? And from there, if they are not ready to redress it themselves, then you take it to probably NAFDAC if it's drug or food, any of those. You go to the regulatory body involved, explain to them what exactly has happened. With sometimes, like the book said, the screenshots and voice records or whatever may not really be a legal thing to show, maybe an evidence to show, but you have something that at least would support and would help guide whoever is handling the issue, the case, to move forward and understand that, yes, your right has been infringed. Next is where we go to the consumer protection agencies. When the regulatory body has said, oh, okay, we can't do anything about this, we don't understand, we can move forward. It's not in our power to do some of these things. And the last body is where the agency comes in. And enforcement is just everything. Although it's very important that, I must say that it's very important for us to sensitize these bodies, the suppliers, the producers. They need to be sensitized. They need to understand before they start producing, before they start supplying. There's supposed to be a place where they understand these things, because they will tell you they don't know some of these things. Some of majority of these new small medium enterprises do not know all of these things. And how will they? I would seek that probably in forward from now, from whatever, from this particular book launch, let's probably push for this book to be given to every business as they register their business with the CAC. It will help them to understand and to see that, this is taken seriously. I think it will be a welcome idea. It will be a very important thing that will help them get sensitized. That's one. Filing compliance with the Consumer Protection Agency, very important. After the regulatory body has said, okay, this is where we are stuck, we can't go further with this. I think these are the enforcement, the ways that we can enforce our rights as consumers. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much, Titi. That was massive. That was huge. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on the book. I'll quickly like to go back to the lawyer in our midst. Akimade, what's your final word? What would you advise consumers concerning the book, Protect Yourself, Your Niger Guide?
My final word is that, to me, this book is very important, and there's an overarching view in the book and an overarching push that consumers need to realize that we have a burden to enforce our rights. Consumer rights protection is not something that can be pushed purely by laws and regulations. The laws are there and the framework is there, but that's really not enough to push consumer rights protection. For it to happen, we need to change the attitude of our society. We need to have awareness. So it's very important that people don't just know their rights by reading books and reading laws, but people also have the energy and are willing to enforce their rights and complain when there is a problem. For example, I spoke about, I wrote down with CBN authorized limits on bank charges. If you get a bank charge and you don't know what it is, you have an obligation to do something about it. The more we all do something about things that happen to us every day, the more likely that businesses will start to take us seriously. So once again, I just wanted to thank Mishola for the book, and I hope that everyone takes it seriously so that we can really push consumer right protection development in Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Akimade. And on that note, we'll call it a wrap on the review segment. I want you to remember, consumer protection starts with knowledge. And how do you get that knowledge? By reading. This book is something that can empower you and can help you demand for your rights. Thank you once again for being part of my panelists. And to everyone out there, thank you for joining us on this virtual book launch.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Thank you for that beautiful work. Thank you to our panelists. And there you have it. It is a tool to empower you. Empower yourself and get a copy of the book, Protect Yourself, Your Niger Guide to Consumer Rights and Protection. We are gradually moving to a major part of today's launch, which is the launching of the book proper. Now, don't forget, we'll be getting to that shortly, but we also have our special guests who are still going to drop a word or two for us. So we implore Mr. Kenneth Giado to be on standby and Yvonne McCarthy to also stand by as they'll be coming on shortly with their brief messages. We have so much going on YouTube, on Facebook, on Zoom as well. The chat room is filled with so many goodwill messages coming from different people, bodies, and organizations. We have WASPs saying, happy birthday, Madam Sola Salako Ajulo. God bless you always. Congratulations on your book, ma'am. Bukola is saying, congratulations and happy birthday. Oyema is saying congratulations and happy birthday. And FK is saying hearty congratulations to Mrs. Sola Salako Ajulo and your entire team on the launch of your book, Protect Yourself. Also, happy birthday to you, wishing you many more glorious years of celebrations. Well done. More power to your elbows. Oh, that's a great idea to make it part of CAC documents. That is coming from Akonte Ekine in the chat room. Don't forget, we're waiting for your messages. Give a wave, say hi, say something in the chat, engage us and let us know you're there. So many people are attending, so many people staying with us. And now we'll call on Mr. Kenneth Giado for a message as a special guest today. Thank you and welcome. Okay, seems Mr. Kenneth Giado is still a few minutes behind there. So next will be a special guest today, Madam Yvonne McCarthy, delivering a special message at this book launch.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good evening to everyone. Please, as usual, allow me to stand on the already existing protocols to continue my very brief speech. Sola, I think before anything, I would like to say that I would like to be like you when I grow up, okay? And then also a happy birthday to you. I think it's a very iconic thing you have done to merge your birthday with this very milestone book launch. Hello. Hello, can you all hear me?
Honorable Kenneth Giado, you'll be on shortly. Please, could you hold on for a few minutes?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, Sola, we all know how Africa is, well, for want of a better word, behind when it comes to, consumer relation issues, customer service issues. And we're constantly in need of pace setters like yourself who would identify what our unique African problems are when it comes to our consumerism, when it comes to the way we relate to customers from business to business and business to customer, and all the rights that we need to have. I'm so happy today that you're launching this book, which is in a very simplistic way, titled Protect Yourself. I love that someone just gave a review and said the book is very simple and easy to understand, and that's what we want to start on. I think you're pointing yourself in the right direction. I think some of the conversations we've had, I've just listened to you and said, wow, this woman clearly knows exactly what she wants to do. And I think your experience, the experience that you've had doing your job and the different roles that you've taken up, and if I look at the years that you started doing this, tells us exactly where you're going to take Nigeria. And I'm looking at you and saying, yes, there's a lot that even I need to emulate also for Ghana. And I am proud of you today. I'm very proud. I wish I could see you to give you a hug, but I'm sending virtual hugs to you. Congratulations to you. I am very sure that any customer service expert, professional advocate, or anybody who would like to get into the customer service or consumer protection space would look at you and emulate the things that you have done and use this very book that you have written as a guideline. Thank you so much. We're grateful that you're here to at least do your part. Congratulations to you once again. We're very proud of you. We'll be watching keenly, and we're hoping that there will be other books to come. I'm pretty sure you will do that for us. And we'll all do our part to make sure that we put Africa where it's supposed to be. So thank you, Sola. Thank you so much.
For words from the president of WASP there, Yvonne McCarthy. Thank you so much for those words. And we know that our sister from Ghana, our sister country Ghana, also wishes us well. We have your words, and we know that it would only get better from here. A special guest, Mr. Honorable Kenneth Giado, Honorable Member North Central CCPT, is now joining us for his message. Thank you, Honorable. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much. Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. I'm happy to see everyone here, especially by Egbo, Tunde Irukera. It's been a while. I am very privileged to be able to talk about the phenomenon that Mrs. Sola Salako Ajulo is. I have never in my life seen somebody with so much passion or manifest inward passion in everything he or she does like this. She, in our office, she is the enfant terrible of consumer protection. In the sense that I've had several arguments with her to the level that I accuse her of being anti-business, because for her, consumer protection comes first. It doesn't matter whether the business survives or not. But for her, a business should function properly if it satisfies the needs of the consumers. And I've taken a lesson from that, because it just shows how immersed or how entrenched, submerged she is in the chosen endeavor of consumer protection. Today we celebrate somebody who is an undiluted patriot, a passionate human being, a very kind soul, and a friend in need. It's Shola's birthday today, first of all. Happy birthday, Shola. And I know that this is just the beginning of your own vision to change the way business is being conducted in Nigeria. I've been to several conferences locally and internationally with Sola. And in all of those conferences, like I mentioned a few in Italy and in Greece, everybody comes out with his mouth agape, saying, wow, where have you been? Because she's so impassioned about what consumer protection is, and she makes sure she directs all discussions towards consumer protection, even when the topic at hand has to do with competition among big businesses. She said, well, big businesses exist because of consumers, so let's talk about consumers. So I want to thank Sola for bringing us together today on her birthday, and wish her well and many, many more inks in her pen, because I know, having worked very closely with her for 5 years now, that she has more to contribute. I thank you all, and God bless you all.
She is passionate about consumer protection, and it is this passion that has brought about this book, birthed this book, and gone on to say it's going to be for free to every consumer who needs it out there, and a good tool in their hands. Now, the chats are coming in, and I see you, Queen Ethel Cohn. Thank you so much for being part of us. So many people. Grace Ben Okezie is saying, happy birthday, dear Purple Sister Sola Salako, and congratulations on the launch of your new book. This double milestone is a testament to your dedication and impact. Like Sola is immensely proud of you. Thank you, Grace Ben Okezie, for that beautiful message. More messages from YouTube, from Facebook, with live streaming, of course. And it's so beautiful to see everyone engaging, everyone dropping a message or other in the chat box. Now, Komi Olato is saying any book that will point Nigerians to their rights and obligations as consumers will go a long way in improving not just consumer experience, but production and suppliers experience. The more people are aware of their rights, the more we see improvements in production, customer service. This book, being a guide, will no doubt play this role of enlightenment and knowledge. It's a welcome development. Beautiful message, Komulatu. Thank you very much for everyone who is dropping messages in the box. We are now at a very, very good time. This is the time to, yes, bring out your checkbooks, get your apps, bank apps open. Bank apps, of course, please get them all open. It is time. And the woman who is going to do the session is somebody who knows how to bring money out from your pockets. I'm delighted and glad to hand over the session to Princess Adenike Adedoyin Ajayi to take over the book launching session. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone out there. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this laudable event, the virtual launch of a very important book in the lives of every one of us. We are all consumers at some point or the other. We are always purchasing something. And that means this book is really, really important that each and every one of us has it in their hands. So without further ado, I'm going to go straight. I have been given the privilege and opportunity to launch this book and call on our very able launchers who will join us in starting them off. Some had already started it. They're already doing the launch, and I'm glad to say to us that our top launcher, he's kind of stuck somewhere. He's not able to actually link with us virtually, which he was meant to do, but he has graciously been able to let his money speak for him, even if he can't come and do that by himself. Our top launcher, one of them is Bashorun Tope Alabi, and he has graciously given us 2 million. I would like to see the applause going on in the chat box, please. He has given us 2 million to start us off. That is something for all the others to top. I must mention that, like I said, some have already started to give us some donations. We have Dr. Okwebanwo, who has also, given us 1,000. He has paid for 1,000 copies of the book already. So we also have Dr. Okwebanwo, who has given us that. So if you translate that to money, you can do the maths and do the calculations. That's a huge amount. And as you all know, this book will be given free of charge to everyone. Just let us know, your name, put on your details in the chat room, and of course, let us know if you're